Hi guys. So the ending of Stranger in a Strange Land. Now, a big question, does it fit its genre? I right from the get-go thought it was fairly unusual. It was my experience of it is difficult because I'm reading it in 2019 and it was written in 1961. So some of the stuff, it was some of the advancements, being set in a future date, don't feel that advanced because we're here. Some of the groundbreaking, and so it does fit its genre. If I think of it in terms of I'm reading this in 1961, what am I used to in 1961 as best as I can tell, because, I wasn't born yet. It does fit its genre because it's sci-fi, it's technical advancement, it's set in the future, it's imagining different society and all that kind of stuff. But I don't, does it fit? How well does it follow or buck the expected tropes and conventions related to its genre? I guess I feel like with science fiction, in some of the science fictions I've experienced in the past, there is an expectation that sort of a great truth will be revealed. Like, for example, I haven't read the Isaac Asimov ones, but I do feel like they're exploring a question. Are robots, I believe they're exploring this question. I haven't read them. Are they human? Should they be valued like a person? Those kinds of tough questions. And I feel like a good ending to a science fiction would at least not just propose that hypothesis, but somehow answer it. And I suppose Stranger in a Strange Land did somewhat answer, are aliens a threat? Well, the character, Michael Valentine Smith, although human, raised by Martians with extraordinary human abilities that are in all of us, but he's tapped into them. And I don't even think the general population around the book knows that, and yet they see him as a threat in the end, and they, spoiler alert, sadly off him. And which I was surprised, like, oh man, humans suck. We suck. So I absolutely think, especially with Robert Heinlein's stories, where he does, it's a way to say we're flawed, and it definitely follows that. But I did mention before that the point of view wasn't really Michael Valentine Smith's point of view. It wasn't really the Stranger in a Strange Land's point of view. So it did end with Jubal Hershaw, which I was glad because I did like his character. It ended with his point of view, third person, but still through him somewhat. And but yeah, in the end, the trope that all aliens are a threat and change is a threat, and humans suck. We're just terrible. And if the aliens come, they either need to save us from ourselves, and that didn't actually happen in this story because, yeah, they offed him. Because, the message that he had that could have saved us, yeah, too scary. You gotta go. And so that was, I don't know. Definitely, I think it did follow tropes and conventions somewhat, but again, it was hard because it was 1961. It was just a different time period, and but it still follows that pattern of, I've watched other movies, that follow science fiction movies that follow that trope.